It is the third day of the nation's trial. Jin's detectives bring in a box, which shocks Jin. And he asks in great surprise, "Is it really ready?" The officers reply, "Yes, sir, it is ready," and they tell that thanks to the back door you left while designing the secret area. Jin took the sandhu in his hand at the same time and opened it. Since it is an emergency single-use item, there is not enough time to inspect it, so there may be some problems with it. However, the master of the enhancement profession has confirmed that it is a usable item. The main feature of this scroll is that the Trial of the Nation consumable creates a portal to a command location within the Trial of the Nation secret area that lasts for 90 seconds. It should be noted that this scroll is an experimental product created in a hurry. The portal can be extremely stable. Hearing this, Jin thinks to himself that this is really unstable. And then the officer tells that Mr. Jin, "We have been keeping an eye on Lu Fan for a long time. But the thing to note is that we have not found any unusual activity there." As soon as the officer finishes his statement. Hearing this, Jin gets angry and says that if you really haven't found any unusual activities, then it means you are an incompetent person. You are useless. While saying this, he was getting very angry and holds the scroll tightly and thinks in his mind that in such a situation I will have to do something myself. I have no other option except catching Liu Fan red-handed. Now I have to do something. And then he reaches this decision and says that I have to follow the final plan. Now I have no other option left except this. And then he looks at the officers with angry eyes and says that till I come back, both of you guard this slope, and make sure that no one is allowed to come here. Hearing this, the officer replies, "Okay, sir, we understand. Let's go." But then the other officer standing next to him asks, "Sir, what are you saying? I did not understand anything." But then he activates the scroll and a glowing portal opens in front of him. He enters the portal and says, "That's right, and now I have to use this scroll to enter the secret area and deliver the message." The system informs that the portal is extremely unstable and may close at any time. Noticing this, the officer immediately tries to stop Chairman Jin and shouts, "Mr. Jin, this could be very dangerous, please stop, or this is not just an experimental product. If other overseers notice you, it could cause a big problem for you if your live presence is captured on camera." Hearing this, President Jin gets distracted for a minute, but then says seriously, "So I have already informed the chief controller and the director that no footage of the desert map will be shown until I return. Also, you have to protect this place. If this thing gets out, the reputation of the Thai nation will be tarnished. Do you understand what I'm saying, or not?" President Jin asks, pointing his finger at everyone. The two officers listen to President Jin and reply, "Okay, sir, we understand. But there is one more thing. Remember, activate the final mission now." And Lu Fan is currently researching the new 9-region Dan mission, and timing is very important. On the other side, our hero Lu Fan is in the desert of the National Trial secret area and looks at the status window, which lets him know that this time, there is an Earth demon in the desert and the task is accepted. The current mission is to subdue the epic Earth demon, which is level 85. Then Lu Fan gets the mission point and he walks closer to it and sees a portal and says it seems like this time I don't have to look for Dark Peak. I found it without searching. Lu Fan got the next mission very quickly. But when he thinks about it, according to the rules of the competition, such high-ranked missions should be very rare. How come I am getting these so easily? Lu Fan suddenly feels something is wrong and thinks to himself, I accepted 3 machines yesterday, and they were all about subduing the Earth monster. Lu Fan now realized that something was really wrong, and then he ordered Gog to accept the mission and fly away. And ordered Gog to quickly move towards the peak, and then he thought to himself that something must be wrong. It seems that these missions are being deliberately organized and told to me, while these missions are very rare in all. Lupin is now fully confident and adds that, as expected, the national competition is full of sneaky tricks. After flying for a while, a lot of animals appear in front of Lu Fan, and they are running very fast. But Lu Fan did not want to waste time, and then he calls Xiao Fei and Jin Chen at the same time and tells them that the break is over and they should get ready now. He orders Jin Chen to activate Star Settle at the same time, Jin Chen appears at the same time and activates Star Settle, which has a time limit of 1 minute. The specialty of this Star Settle is that it rips apart the space to create a portal to reach the target location, and this portal lasts for 60 seconds, and is not affected by any structure or curse. Jin Chen flies into the sky at the same time and prepares to open the portal. As he stops in one place, a blinding light is seen, and then he rips the sky with his claws, which opens a portal, and he enters the portal with all his dragons. As soon as Lu Fan entered the dark peak, he jumped to the ground and then stood up and looked around. He looks around. The scene around was very scary as there were demons everywhere. Here Lu Fan was seen along with all his dragons. At some distance, a huge throne was seen on which a dangerous dragon was sitting whose teeth were sharp like a lion and the tail was very deep like a crocodile. At the same time, the demon senses Lu Fan's presence and then comments in a very deep voice. "Hey Lu Fan, are you in my territory? Hatem, you have come here with the intention of trespassing." He does not hiss after saying this. The system reveals that this dangerous demon is known as the Earth Demon, and that it is level 85 and has a strength of 42.151. Lu Fan gets ready to attack. He then takes out his dragon sword and comments, "I'm sorry for intruding. But unfortunately, the one who will die here is you." Lu Fan then summons the dead last puppet, which he had turned into a puppet after killing the previous Earth Demon, and then orders him to fight. As soon as he appears, he understands Lu Fan's order and replies, "I understood, Master." Lu Fan then summons the previous Earth Demon, who had turned into a fallen corpse. Lu Fan summons the spirits of the dragons at the same time. All the dragons and Earth Wizards who had turned into puppets stood near Lu Fan and roared. And Lu Fan ordered everyone that, "Okay, let's finish this quickly. Because I have less time, kill it quickly." Lu Fan could control all those puppets and control all the undead transformed people. And the fallen corpse could be summoned or recalled by the Emperor Dragon at will. Any dead would return from the fortress to the energy pool of the fallen dragon, inside the National Trial's secret realm. "Please, don't kill me. Please don't kill me. I can give you all my points, as long as you let me go back. I will admit defeat and leave immediately." A dark-skinned knight knelt on the ground, a spear broken into 2 pieces lying beside him. From the information above his head, one could see that this person was the representative of the Mick country. He was quite strong and ranked 14th on the point leaderboard. However, his current kneeling appearance did not have any of the appearance of being the admired heroic representative of his country. Of course, he couldn't be blamed for this, because in front of him stood a small mustachioed man, smiling and holding a samurai sword to his neck. The representative of the Mick country was very clear about the power of this sword. If the other party was willing, cutting off his neck would be as easy as lifting a finger. Cherry Blossom Country representative Musashi Ten smiled, lightly clutching the samurai sword in his hand. Instantly, the sharp blade cut into Mick country representative's neck, causing blood to flow. Musashi Ten said with a smile, "You are so unlucky to bump into us. Why don't we kill you? As for your points, we can get them after we kill you. It's all the same thing. I don't mind extending my sword a little further to cut off your head. Don't you agree?" Mick country representative was almost crying. He wanted to run away desperately, but besides Musashi Ten beside him, there were also 7 or 8 terrifying-looking abyss summoners watching him like tigers tracking their prey. Jin Cheng'en sat on an abyss crawler and watched Musashi Ten torture him with boredom. Run away? How could he escape? He just hoped that they would show mercy and let him go from the national trial. Even if he was labeled a deserter, it didn't matter as long as he could save his life. With his talent and strength, he would definitely have a good future as long as he lived. "Please, let me go. I'll do whatever I want." The representative of Mick country was crying uncontrollably. If it wasn't for the samurai sword on his neck, he would have been bowing down and begging. Musashi Ten clicked his tongue and said, "Should I let you go? Well, it's not impossible." After a pause, he smiled maliciously. "But you have to do what I say.